starts off with a bang right here. Game one. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. It's the Los Angeles Clippers taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. You look at the Timberwolves, they have more than a realistic shot at it. This series between the 4th and the 5th seed, often one of the most exciting of the first round.
And well, other than Game 7, I think Game 1 is the most important game.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute, and we talked about the importance of stealing one on the road. Coach told me they want to come out, push pace, and set the tone early. He said if we can find a way to take this first game, it gives us a lot of confidence. And if they do, Kevin, just like that, they'd have home court advantage in this series. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
T kicks to Butler. Over Rivers. And that one's good by Butler. Butler's got 12.
Watch out now when Butler gets rolling. He's super dangerous when he gets the hot hand.
And Beverly kicks to Griffin. Jordan the screen. Griffin goes in. Gibson with the steal. Here's the great one. Ball recovery.
You guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
There's the screen. Griffin with it. Now guarded by Gibson. Wide open. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Courtney Dames checked in for the Timberwolves. And then for the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Jordan. Williams comes in for Rivers. And Teodosic subbed in for Patrick Beverly. The pass to Chang. Here's the great one. Butler on the way. Shot clock at 5. Here's Towns. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint. And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
Tell you what, Greg, it's getting to the point where you assume every shot is going to go down. I mean, nobody's missing out there.
There's the great one, and stolen by Harrell. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Teodosic. Teague covering. Outside Williams. Gallinari outside. Off target from three-point range. Timberwolves trail by 3. Kicks it to Jang. Pass to the great one. Jang, a screen. Here's the great one. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot. If you're a pro, you need to make that one.
That shot by Griffin, no good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Intercepted. Down low. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And you can put those alley-oop feeds as high as you need to when Griffin's on the receiving end. He'll pick it up off the top of the backboard if he has to.
Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Gallinari with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. Shot from 12. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
They set the pick. Teague, the pass to Butler. Feeds it to Jang. Over Harrell. And Jang gets it to go.
Good rhythm in the catch-and-shoot game. Defensively, you prefer to force Jang into at least one dribble. Not quite as effective if he has to put it on the ground.
Williams against Butler. Pass to Teodosi. Hit by Harrell. To the inside. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Harrell's got his first 2 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's the great one. And he can't bank that one in.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
And so it's Los Angeles. And a chance to hear now from Clippers head coach Doc Rivers.
There shouldn't be any love lost, you know.
Doc Rivers bringing the old school attitude to the playoffs and bringing it with relish.
Kevin, he's still mixing it up, just in a different way. You know, he's instilled that big boy pants mentality into his Clipper team, and they don't back down from anyone.
And we welcome you back to our presentation of Game 1. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnovers.
Just jumped all over him, Greg. I mean, pounced on him, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Williams and Gallinari at the 2 and the 3. Harrell is out there with Reed. And it's Teodosic in at the 1. Deep 2 from Crawford. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Los Angeles leading by 8. We're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Williams attacking, and the rejection by Jang.
And this is something you'd like to see more of from Jang, given his size and wingspan.
Austin has the open look, and the 3 off target.
And they had some boxed coverage that turned into no coverage.
From 13, and it's Gallinari missing.
Cannot give him that much room for mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
Jang, a screen. Now the feed to Lawson. Muhammad on the wing. Shot clock at 6. No coverage that time. Muhammad's got 5 points now this quarter. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Williams passes to Teodosic. This is to Reed. Reed a screen on Crawford. Out left to the wing. There's Teodosic. Offensive rebound.
And, you know, I have no idea how he missed that one. When there's no defense around, he's usually automatic in there.
And the dunk by Muhammad.
Yeah, I tell you what, Kevin, once Muhammad gets to the rim, that giant wingspan just really takes over.
Los Angeles leading by 3. Outside Williams. He feeds it to Gallinari. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the
'For Minnesota, they've gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Teague, the pass to the great one. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. The Clippers shooting reasonably well, 45%. Rivers gets a wide-open look. Los Angeles with another miss. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Butler. Makes a big height bounce and goes in. Butler's got 14 points.
I mean, the mid-range jumper of Butler is impressive as he continues to get better from here.
And Beverly kicks to Griffin. Vader on the way. No good Some solid defense from the great one. A minute 42 left now here in the second. Back to T. Shoots the three. Sinks the three-pointer. Now it's a 4-point Minnesota lead.
You know, there isn't a lot of time in between when T caught the ball and then when he let it fly. I mean, that was a great example of a quick catch and shoot.
Now here's Harrell, defended by Towns. Oh, Griffin in position. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Butler. Oh, in the jam by Butler.
You've got to be more careful around Butler. I mean, he's terrific at bouncing over the opposition and taking the ball away.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
.107 left to play in the first half. And Beverly kicks to Griffin. Towns with the steal. Here's Wells. Tucked alive, Minnesota. He doesn't hit that one.
You know, it hasn't been his night, but his team still leads, so that's encouraging.
To the wing right side. Hit by Harrell. Beverly for three. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Yeah, how about that, Kevin? When Beverly hits a few shots, you know he's feeling it now. Outstanding at knocking down quality looks.
Butler. Towns controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance bucket. They can make a big difference.
And Beverly kicks to Griffin. On the wing move. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Griffin's shot is off.
No other way to say it. Flat out bad defense. Didn't even contest the shot. Lucky for them, he misfired on it.
Here's Towns, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
You see, Towns doesn't dip much after the catch. I mean, he gets the ball right up to the set point and ready to deliver. Really sound, fundamental.
Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. And welcome back to the NBA playoffs as we get ready to continue with this round 1 matchup. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Corky Dangs checked in for Gibson. The great one comes in for Wiggins. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Butler. And Ty Lawson subbed in for T. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Montrezl Harrell, who's checked in for Jordan. Reed comes in for Blake Griffin. Lou Williams is checked in for Austin. Subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Down low, it's Yang in town. Crawford out there with Lawson. And it's the great one in at the 3 set. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his...
Towns, the screen. No good from the great one. And Los Angeles guys shooting around 40% in the third. Maybe settling for some less than ideal looks out here. Pass to Teodosic. Williams against Crawford. 5 on the clock. There's Williams. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. And the Clippers lead by 2. And here's Lawson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Clippers shooting the ball at 42%. The dish to Reed. There's the pass to Harrell. And Harrell slows it in.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
Minnesota making some changes. Muhammad comes in for Towns, and Wells is subbed in for Ty Lawson. Gallinari outside. He kicks to Hill. Williams for three. Hits it from three-point range. Williams has got 5 points in the quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Jang with a screen on Williams. Crawford dishes to Jang. Got a piece of it. Outside Williams. Pass to Teodosic. To the middle. Harrell. And he gets it to go. Harrell's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Wells with it. He's got 7. And he got
in his game. I like seeing him show off that passing ability.
Minnesota making a switch here.
They haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Shoots from 14. Here's the great one. Tipped away. Crawford outside. Fires from deep. And it's Reed pulling it down. Reed's got 8 rebounds in this game. And here's Gallinari outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. The great one passes to Towns. Reed with the steal. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Got a hand on it. Here's the great one. He has 5. Yep, that one goes. Towns has got 4 points in the quarter.
Nice play inside. The refined footwork really separates Towns from most other young bigs.
From deep, Gallinari. An amazing shot, just barely beat the buzzer.
That is as big a shot as you are ever going to see.
And guys, he wanted it. He desperately was begging for that ball and was dying to take that shot.
And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And now we take a look back to Doc Rivers talking to his team from his huddle.
Hey, guys, come on. Let's close this quarter. Let's close it.
And we're back to the action here in this round 1 matchup. Los Angeles leading by 7. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Teodosic out there with Rivers. And it's Reed. Then there's Harrell. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. Here's Teodosic. Here's Harrell. That's tipped. Here's the great one. On the high post. And it's Reed pulling it down. Muhammad against Williams. Reed is screened. It's off the screen. And the shot falls short this time.
And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter. Having trouble finding the basket.
Out that one. And it's 9 points for Shabazz Muhammad.
Yeah, he's a powerful wing player, Kevin. Muhammad, I think, likes to operate in the painted area best.
Williams gets to Hill. Back to Williams. To the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. Teodosic, no good. Timberwolves trail by 5. 3-pointer. And Crawford with the basket on the assist by Wells.
And Wells is just an unselfish guy, willing to give the ball up if one of his teammates is open. That's the way the game should be played.
Just over a minute and a half play here in the fourth. Now, here is Reed. Hit by Harrell. There's Williams. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J.
Well, I tell you, Kevin, a high number of Williams' points come from the mid-range. The defense knows that. It's in the scouting report, but he still makes it happen.
A group substitution now for Minnesota. Taj Gibson. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. T dishes to Towns. The Clippers grab the miss. Now Beverly. He dishes it to Jordan. Pass to Teodosi. Back to Jordan. Game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Muhammad, a screen on Gallinari. Zhang, a screen. And Muhammad kicks to Butler. The pass to the great. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
And I like the decisions Butler makes with the ball. He's a solid passer and really has a nice feel for how to get his teammates open and clean looks.
And here's Beverly. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the...
So critical, and you know they'll want to ride this one into game 2.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us for the first round of the Western Conference Playoffs. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Alden, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.
How do you plan to get to 99? Are you going to stick with the same strategy that you've been using?
I'm going to continue with what I'm doing. I play park, and then I play my career sometimes. When my centers aren't online, that's when I hit the my career. When my centers are online, that's when I go to the park and sometimes stream it.
And since we have you on 2K TV, do you have anyone who's been along the journey with you that you want to give a little shout out to?
Yeah, I do. I want to give a shout out to Minda Rez, Annoying TV, Dom, Dimity Dom, Aglor, and Zach Timberman.
Well, congratulations once again for reaching 98.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Playoff game 1 now, history. Time for game 2 of this series. Here on 2K Sports. We're in the first round. Shaquille O'Neal is here, so is Kenny the Jet Smith. I'm Ernie Johnson. And it is Clipper basketball tonight as the Los Angeles Clippers go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, with a loss in game 1, they surrendered home court advantage in the series. Tonight, a crucial game for them as they seek to remain in contention. And after dropping game 1 and losing home court advantage in the series, Shaq, this one is big.
Ernie, you see this steak in front of me, because if they lose these first 2 home games, you might as well put a fork in them and eat them. Steak, barbecue, chicken, everything. Can't recover from that, Ernie.
Game 2, it's already a must-win. That's a cold reality, Ernie. A cold reality.
Lose this one, though, Ernie. Want some steak?
Not exactly. Kev.
The great one comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Butler. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Teague. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Harrell, he's checked in for Jordan. Willie Reed comes in for Blake Griffin. Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Williams. And Teodosic subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Reed out there, Gallinari. Then there's Harrell. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Teodosic in at the point guard.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Towns, the screen. Crawford, no one around him. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. That's 10 points for Jamal Crawford.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot heat.
Rivers against Crawford. Off the screen. Rivers can't get it to go.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
And that one is hammered home.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. He dishes it to Gallinari. Harrell setting the pick for Gallinari. Teodosic, no good. Timberwolves leading by 5. Lawson with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's the great one. Gallinari covering. Back to Towns. 5 to shoot. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Clippers trail by 7. Here's Harold. He has 6. And there's the feed to Gallinari. Traps in the tray. Gallinari's got 8.
And that 3 ball from Gallo looks good. Just very impressive form right there.
Towns sets the pick for Lawson. This is it to the great one. Kicks it to Towns. And he banks in the lane. Towns has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
And here's Gallinari outside. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
You know, he has single-handedly helped them carve into this lead thanks to his scoring in the quarter.
They set the pick to the inside. Here's the great one. That shot misses. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. They'd like to continue the success they had on Friday night here.
Yeah, terrific performance. Really sync on both sides of the ball.
Particularly on offense, they mixed things up rather well. They scored on all 3 levels.
Lawson kicks to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. 51 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Teodosic hits the pass to Reed. Here's Teodosic. Hit by Harold. Gallinari outside. Harold setting the pick for Gallinari. It's over Towns. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. The great one passes to Crawford. Lawson outside. Lets it go from deep. And again, Minnesota with the triple. There's 10 seconds left to play in the first. Hit by Harold. Rivers dishes to Reed. And the rejection by Chang. And so it's Minnesota with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And Austin Rivers, Father Doc, is the head coach, of course, of the Clippers. And he talked about what it's like to play for his dad.
And I think it's because we've always had that type of relationship.
Always an entertaining dynamic when you have a father coaching his son. We've seen it in college basketball a few times in the past, most recently at UCLA. But this is a first in the NBA.
It looks like it doesn't make any difference in the case of Doc and Austin Rivers. He's just one of the Clippers, and Doc doesn't treat him any differently.
It's the NBA playoffs. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action here in this Game 2. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
Well, when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Gallinari, the 3 with Griffin at the 4. Teodosic out there with Rivers, and it's Reed in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And the Clippers making a change here. Jordan's checked in. Chang, a screen. Here's the great one. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Tipped away. Stolen by Rivers. Muhammad against Gallinari. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. And that's 15 points for Gallinari. Wells kicks to Muhammad. Over Gallinari. That one, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. It's It's tipped, and the block shot turns into a shooting foul. So the defensive effort there a bit too much, as the officials will send him to the line, and he'll shoot some free throws. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Butler on the wing. Lets the three fly. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And this is an element of Butler's game that is deadly. He's as consistent as it gets, rising up off the bat.
Tibbs hits the pass to Jordan. Fires for 3. Rebound by Jang.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Timberwolves get 4 of 8 from the free throw line so far. Both hits 50%. Not great work there. Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. Both free throws good from the great one. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Now here's Rivers. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. He feeds it to Griffin. And the foul called on the great one. That's foul number 2 for him. And so here are the Clippers. They trail by 6. And Beverly kicks to Gallinari. Just 5 on the clock. Jordan the screen. That's Gallinari again missing.
This is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible. Not getting anything to go.
Bells kicks to Muhammad. Pass to Butler. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Clippers trail by 6. Griffin in position, and then Griffin with the dunk.
And Blake Griffin, once again, an opportunity to show us his bounce. A dangerous player when he skies up for the alley-oop.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleashed chaos moment. From the baseline. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Butler's got 5 points in the quarter.
He's a heady player. He knows how to get himself going and giving his team a real advantage right now on the offensive end.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Chang with a screen on Beverly. And there's the pass to the great one. He kicks it to Muhammad. Dishes it to Wells. Butler from outside. The Clippers grab the miss. And here's Rivers. Butler with the steal. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's the great one. Trying to get open is Jang. The shot's good from the great one. The great one's got 6.
And I'm just loving how Butler looks for his team. If you're open, he'll find you.
Outside Jordan. Pass to Rivers. Jordan sets the pick for Rivers. 6 to shoot. Over Butler. Here's Jordan. That's tipped. Here's the great one. He's got 6. The dish to Butler. Feeds it to Wells. Passes to Muhammad. Drops in the tray. And now it's a 9-point Timberwolves lead.
And like how alert Wells is on the floor. High motor, guy who knows when one of his guys is open.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Jordan with the screen on Muhammad. Rivers again for Butler. Hooks one up, and it's good. 2 points. Rivers has got 4 points this quarter.
Ooh, an effortless floater from Austin Rivers.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page.
Jimmy Butler has been on display for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Thanks, Kevin. Doc Wood.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the... back as we get set to continue our coverage of this round one. And checked in for Taj Gibson. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. Towns is out there with the great one, and it's Wiggins in at the small forward position. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
Well, if they had an edge at halftime, they might have lost it. Beginning this half, 1 of 5.
Outside Teague. Towns, the screen. Here's the great one. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Harrell's got his third rebound on the night. And stolen by Wiggins. And here we go. Wiggins into the hoop. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. That was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. They double him with Butler. And stolen by Butler. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Gallinari.
And Butler, always aggressive. A threat to pick up fouls whenever he's going up with his shot.
Minnesota making some changes. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Wiggins, and it's Lawson in for Teague. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Teodosic is checked in for Blake Griffin. Gallinari outside. It's deflected.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Gallinari with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Beverly with the ball. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Butler from outside. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Gallinari against Muhammad. Gallinari passes to Teodosic. Here's the screen. Back to Gallinari. Over in the corner, Beverly. Clock is at 3. Over Lawson. And it's Beverly missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
The feed to Muhammad. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 6 points for Shabazz Muhammad.
The defense cannot let guys get into that kind of comfort zone. You have to patrol the three-point line or you risk getting burned.
Gallinari against Muhammad. Gallinari attacking. An easy layup after coming off the pit. Gallinari's got 5 points in the quarter.
I don't know how you match up sometimes with the long arms and high release of Gallinari. The defense learned their lesson on the drive there.
And there's the pass to the great one. Now Muhammad. He's got 6. That's a 2 from Butler. Butler missing again. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit. And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Watson the pass to the great one. From past the arc. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 6 rebounds in the game. Time now for an injury report. Now let's get an update on Lou Williams. David Haynes.
told me that in his opinion, the injury does not appear to be too serious. And you couldn't have a worse time for this injury, Kevin, especially as the last games of the season are approaching.
Appreciate that, DA. Well, it's never easy for a player to go through what he's experiencing, Greg, right now.
But it is something that happens to almost every player. He's strong enough mentally to get through it. This we know.
Sometimes off the court, you work harder than you do preparing for a regular game. He'll get himself ready to go. Look forward to when he gets back on the court.
Wells, he's checked in for Ty Lawson. Rivers, he's checked in for Los Angeles. The great one passes to Towns. He dishes it to Muhammad. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second ball. Some changes for Minnesota. Gorgie Dang's checked in for Towns. And it's Crawford in for Jimmy Butler. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Reed's checked in. And so Doc Rivers has had enough. Timeout. And so here are the Clippers. It's a 14-point game. Crawford against Rivers. Here's Reed. And the layup's good off the glass.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Minnesota's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. Pass to the great one. Timberwolves passing it around. Jang a screen. Gallinari with the steal. Reed a screen on Muhammad. Fires the 3. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Teodosic.
You could see some miscommunication on the defensive end of the floor that time. No excuse for letting a player get that good a look on that possession.
And Muhammad kicks to Crawford. He feeds it to Wells. Pocket 4. Shot to stop the drought. Minnesota working now with the new shot clock. Another shot. The shot's good from the great one. The great one's got 8 points.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Right, you're down by double digits. You have to play with maximum intensity just to have a chance to come back. Not seeing it here.
With the shot. They get the rebound. Reed kicks to Rivers. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Well, the deep ball accuracy is much more consistent now from Austin Rivers, learning how to be an effective shooter at this level.
There's the pick. Jang a screen. Wells dishes to Crawford. Kicks to Wells. Jang inside, guarded by Jordan. Crawford's shot is good.
Jamal Crawford looking comfortable from behind the arc on that one. Tough to lock him down out there. You're worried about him driving around you.
Teodosic the pass to Rivers. Misses the 3.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
There's 1:26 left in the third quarter. Hits the 3-point bomb.
It's foolish leaving anyone that wide open from outside the arc. The D has got to be better.
Here's Gallinari. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That will get him his 4th. This one just all but in the books.
Yeah, too many points, not enough time. You know, another 10-cut moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from 3-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember.
The offensive rebound, the great one. Nice D from Griffin. And so the Timberwolves take the win. Just a massive victory.
But now at 1 game apiece, and with
some momentum, this is anybody's series.
And that about wraps it up, folks. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcast of the NBA Western Conference quarterfinals.